Somebody told me that my introductions were too long, so I'm going to tell a story. I'm wearing a tie. So I used to do this awful thing, terrible, awful thing. I went to community college. People say you go to college to learn things, and I did learn quite a bit there. I learned how to be stressed out 100% of the time. I learned how to be late to every class possible, and I learned how expensive cafeteria lunches are. I had some good memories there and everything, and I'll probably tell more stories about my time there at community college, but for the most part, I don't look back and think, man, I sure loved community college. So at community college, the building that I used most frequently was the music building. Because I got my scholarship at the time to do music, I spent most of my time there. They had little rooms, and each one of the rooms was a practice area. They each had a piano in it, and they had plenty of space for if you had a guitar or you needed to sing or something, you could go in there and close the door, be by yourself. I do a lot of my songwriting there because I took the songwriting class. You had to write 3 songs in it. One day I got kind of carried away though. You artists out there know that you sometimes get to concentrating on, your art, and you kind of forget about everything else like time. I went into my music room at about 1:30 p.m. and I was in there for about 6.5 hours. Oh my gosh, it's 8 o'clock at night. Oh, I skipped dinner. It was yeah, it was bad. I opened my little studio door and realized all the lights were off. So I went to go out the door and kind of sneak my way out for campus, and I pushed on the door and it was locked. I head to the next exit and I push on that one and it is locked. I looked around the whole first floor for other exits and I couldn't find any. I didn't know what to do. I started to panic a little bit. If there's one place you don't want to be locked, it's school. I've had nightmares about that. I guess there's worse places you could be locked in, but all the same, I didn't want to stay there. I wanted to go eat and leave. So I make my way up to the next level, and those exits are all locked as well. And those are the only 2 levels that had any kind of ground access or staircase access. I had no idea what to do. I was like, who do I call? Nobody can get in this building anymore because it's locked from the outside. I'm sure too, you can't get in. Maybe I could call security. I didn't know how to find security. I'm sure I could have looked around the building and I would have been able to find some sort of security number, but that wasn't exciting or adventurous enough. I'm gonna see if there's a way to get up onto the roof and figure something out from there. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. So I open the door to the roof once I get to the top level, and I go and I peek over the edge, and I remember, oh yeah, this is a 5-floor building. It's not gonna be possible for me to get down from here, probably. So I make my way back to the door that goes to the top level from the roof. What do you know? It was locked! Dummy, I didn't put anything to prop the door open. It locked me onto the roof. And at this point, I'm definitely not gonna get in touch with security because I didn't have any sort of contact information for them. And I didn't know what to do. I was on the roof. This building was adjacent to several other of the school buildings. Some of them, they were all different levels. I get to draw on Maxie. Come here, Max. I gotta show him about these buildings. We gotta show them about these buildings, Max. Okay. So approximately this is what we've got going on. This is the music building that I just exited out of, and that doorway is somewhere around here-ish. Oh yeah, I'm a good drawer. And that's me. And here's the buildings that were next to me. They had these little hallways that would go between buildings, which was really convenient for weather and stuff. But it was a little bit too far for me to jump down onto, and plus I didn't want to bust through the roof and break their hallway or something. That's me, right there. I ended up going to the edge of this building, right next to this smaller building, and I slowly climbed down, grabbed the edge with my hands. I dropped halfway and was dangling just by my hands. And from there, with my arms fully extended, hanging onto the music building, my toes could reach probably about there. I was still probably about 4 feet off the ground, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna drop and it's gonna hurt, but whatever. I don't even care because this is the most Jason Bourne-ish thing I've ever done in my life. So I dropped from there. It didn't hurt too bad. I kind of rolled backwards like So now I'm right on this small building, and it's even a more bigger drop. An even more look at my shadow. Eat that. I'm Pac-Man. Oh, I'm gonna stop playing with my shadow now, I got distracted. So now I'm on the smaller building right there, and I have to get onto this little awning area right here, and then from there find a way to jump down or dangle myself all the way down. This isn't to scale, but this is how I remember it. And I remember the biggest drop being the awning drop, and this one was kind of big too. I do the same thing from the smaller building onto the awning. I dangle with my hands like this, and I drop another maybe 3 feet. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm on the awning now. Look at me go on that awning. I have to do the same thing from this awning to the ground, which is right there. That's the ground. That awning was probably not designed to hold a dude-sized bro boy pushing a couple 100 pounds. And that awning was shaking like a Polaroid picture. It was shaking really bad, and I was really nervous that I was gonna break it. I didn't end up breaking it though. It just was shaking. In the end, I ended up jumping down off of this awning onto the ground. Just as I jump off this awning, whoop, I erase myself from there and jump onto the ground. Who should show up and see me rolling around in the bushes but security? And then they're all like flashlighting in my head, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing over there? Are you doing the drugs or the marijuana?" And I said, "No, I'm just Jason Bourne-ing, okay?" I basically said, "Hey, I got locked in the music building and I locked myself on the roof trying to find a way out because all the other exits were locked, and then I had to jump off the roof, and because I didn't know you guys' number, and I was trying to call you guys. Didn't you get my text? Security?" I was like, "Hey, get me out of this music room." After I told them what happened, they were kind of like, "Well, you shouldn't be out here this late and stuff." And I said, "Haven't you ever been inspired? I was playing music, beautiful music in that studio room." Anyway, it's not important, the conversation that we had, but it was kind of uncomfortable because they were like convinced I was a drug taking person, and I had to convince them otherwise that I was not in fact a drug taking person. I probably didn't leave school until about 8:45, but it was kind of cool to get to see everything on the campus, you know, from the eagle's eye view. So yeah, sorry I haven't made any videos for a couple weeks. I've been working on something else, and it's still kind of a secret because I don't have it quite finished, but you're gonna know really soon what it is, and I'm really excited about it. It's kind of a new and different thing, and it's unique, and it's gonna be really cool. Be looking for that cool new exciting thing on my channel. If you follow it, you'll see it. So that's the story of how I felt like a ninja at a place that I did not like. Thank you for watching, and be looking forward to that cool new thing that's coming in the future. And eat plenty of food so you can survive. Goodbye.